on today's episode. I'm starting on the repairs of a Honda hit hard in the back. Put this one in clamps and I gotta pull this whole back corner out before I start cutting it apart.
I stay putting in that work. Everything I get, I'm work. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't just talking about it. I stay putting in that work. Everything I get, I'm work. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't just talking about it. I stay putting in that work. I'm up in the morning like 5 in the morning, I'm already on. So when you just getting out of the box, boy, I'm rounding the corner. This ain't a persona, I do this for real. I'm hungry, success is the dinner, and greatness will come with the meals. Boy, I said come with the meals. Mean I get money to blow, mean I get watches and diamonds and that's in my pocket and plenty more just for the show. Just so you know, I ain't get put on, boy, I just put on home for my fam. Made the decision, I wasn't satisfied how I was living, so I got on mine and then bam, and the light just came on. Turn up the focus on the business with a different approach when I was out on the.
I just roughly set this fender on this Infiniti to make sure it lines up good. It looks like it fits well, so I'm going to take it back off and give it the paint. Being that it's black, there's no blends or anything, it's the only thing getting painted on this car, so I'm going to give it the paint and let them paint it. What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 92 of Inside the Body Shop. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. So first thing this morning when I got to the shop, I finished up the Subaru WRX repairs that I primed up yesterday. I went ahead and blocked all that primer out, got that one over to the paint shop. Then I had a 2005 Toyota Camry I dove into, large quarter panel repair, pretty much the entire panel, but it wasn't real deep. A lot of times whenever you decide to repair something versus replace, you have to look at the depth of the damage, the sharpness of the damage, as well as the size of the damage. This one, it wasn't super deep, and there's nothing sharp, no sharp gouges within the panel. It was just a large area, so I was able to work it out, and it came out really nicely. Sent that one over to Eric to do the fill work on. Then I dove into, I have a hard hit Honda Civic, blasted good in the left rear corner, so I had to put that one on the frame rack. And I'm gonna walk you guys through that whole process. I put it on the frame rack, measured it, and did my pulls on that one. Tomorrow I'll be cutting it all apart. That was all I got to today, was got it all measured out and pulled and squared up, did all my rough pulls. I had to pull all that damage out in order to make sure everything connected to that within that area comes back into its original location as well, because there could be other things that you don't see that are damaged or moved, and they are. So if you don't pull all that out, you'll have a lot of problems fitting all your parts up whenever you cut this car apart. So that was why I did all the pulls on this one. That was my day today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you do, be sure you click that share button. You guys know I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Also, I noticed I decided to try out a new pair of my glasses that I'm recording with the second half. Once I get on that Honda Civic, I started using a new pair of glasses, and it looks like my video is a lot clearer now. So a lot of times my glasses, the camera on them, that gets kind of smudged up, and it doesn't look as good, and eventually I have to replace them. So I realized it was getting kind of fuzzy, so now I think I'll have a lot clearer videos coming up in the near future. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Check out my day. On to the next one. I have a older Toyota Camry, 2005, I believe it is, with a good sized quarter panel repair. Pretty much everything from here down, all the way across. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working that out. I think it'll come out pretty nice, actually. Set the taillight in there and make sure this side is where it's supposed to be. I don't think it was rolled here, but I want to double check. Yeah, it looks like it fits good. So I'm going to get my body line across the bottom where it's supposed to be first, and then I'll start working the metal in the middle. I ended up having to weld a tab right where this gas pocket is because it's pushed in right in this corner. So I put a tab on there and I'm gonna bring that out. See how this bumper fits up. Well, there it is. Metal work looks really good on this one. It came out nice. So it is ready for filler. I'm gonna send this one over to Eric to do the fill work on it, and I'm gonna dive into the next one. I think I have a hard hit Sonata I'm gonna do next, I believe. All right, on to my next one. I have a hard hit Honda Civic hitting this back corner, obviously. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in clamps, and I gotta pull this whole back corner out before I start cutting it apart. So I'm gonna dive into this one now. This will be a pretty good size project. Now they have measurements of where they want you to put these clamps, and the rear one is 665 millimeters in front of the rear axle, and then the front one they have at 1930 millimeters. So I'm gonna sit these up right where they want them and get this one clamped up. So first thing, I had to go to 5 points under the center section of the car to match the machine to the car so it knows where the car is sitting. The computer here tells me what points are available, what attachments to use, so I just have to pick which ones I want to use in the center. Alright, now the machine knows where the car is at, so I'm going to go to the points in the back here and make sure this frame is exactly where it's supposed to be, or if I need to move it. Alright, it looks like this one's not very far off. This side right here is up about 5 to 7 millimeters depending on the spot. But I think whenever I pull all this out, I'm going to pull down a little bit at the same time, and it'll bring those few millimeters back down, put it right where I want it. Alright, I got this one all pulled out. I did some, remeasured it, and it is all within spec now, so I'm going to start cutting this one apart. But that will be first thing in the morning. That's a wrap for the day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.